started. Needed. My name is Rob Bailey. I'm the chair of the New 17. I'm really excited. to Get started. And, I'm reading before. But here, is here. No.
Yes.
Commerce. Here.
Elsewhere. Okay, good evening, everyone. Hassan Bakrdine, Chair of Commerce Committee. My report is really short. I just want to remind everybody about our upcoming Small Business Expo. It's going to be at the Flatbush YMCA at 1401 Flatbush Avenue on February 24th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. You don't have to be a small business owner to attend. We will have vendors and other things there as well. And you might want to pick up if somebody else who you know might be an entrepreneur. You can pick up some information from them if they're unable to attend. But if you guys want to come out, it should be an amazing event. Thank you very much. And I'll leave it there.
What was it?
1401 Flatbush YMCA.
Oh. And if I were from, yeah. And this is exactly.
You're trying to get it.
Yeah, the small business practice.
Yes,
Did you decide that just now?
I did not, because I was trying to get my reports short, but we had to push it back to April. So the expo, we had to push that. So, sorry.
This one?
You can go back. So we had to put the push back the business that we're going to so actually be here is sitting down today, and we'll push it back to April. I'm just waiting for a date from Mr. Goodrich, so I'll know hopefully by the end of the week what that date is. What happened. Yeah, first one. Third, if we invite. Okay, that's good. So I've been advised that anyone who needs to speak to the 79.
Mm-hmm.
Which might. Hi. Melon, can you bring me just move the chair? I'm not speaking. I said, thank you. All right, so I've just been advised that everyone who has to speak must come to this mic. Because online cannot hear us. Okay? All right. Education Youth is not here. Housing Block Association. Dr. Renaud. Dr. Renaud. Did she submit a report? Because she normally does. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. She's excused? Do you know she submitted a report? Okay. Land use, zoning, Chair Frey. Followed by Parks and Beautification.
switched up none of the other mics are hot. Good evening, everybody. My name is Kwame Afrain. I chair the Land Use Committee for Community Board 17. Sorry, yeah, I got to think about it. For Community Board 17 and mute me? Got it? Thanks. On February 5th, we held a hosted meeting. We canceled traditional business for the Land Use Committee, and we hosted a public hearing for business in the neighborhood, the Costa Carding.
Can somebody just mute his laptop, please? Thank you.
Yes? All right. All right, so double duty today. Yeah, we held a we co-hosted, or basically were a part of a traditional or non-traditional public hearing for business in the neighborhood, the Costa Carding. They were coming before us to get support or a letter of support for some upgrades that are needed for their facility. The name may sound familiar. They did come before us last year. We did support the business with conditions. Unfortunately, they didn't get their permitted in time for the construction to start. That wouldn't impact the school scheduling that was actually discussed last year, so they're before us again. They did upgrade their drawings. They provided some of the conditions that we requested via our letter. And this is the beginning process of a 30-day hearing period to get some more feedback and provide some more input. There were some promises made to do additional environmental air sampling studies that will be shared with us. They did share the documents with us, but we were waiting for that information to come out so we could distribute the necessary files, drawings, and updated planning for the project. I have been getting some calls about the taxes or the comment that was made by the mayor earlier. You have to understand that it is a projected budget and it's not finalized yet, but there is a 9.5 proposal to increase taxes across the city. It is something that we need to be aware of. It is a possibility if he's trying to balance the budget, or it could be leveraged in a way to make everybody start paying attention to figure out different methods of how to organize the budget to avoid that, so we all don't pay for that. We are on top of it. I do have my ears to the street on that, and if I get any updates, I'll bring you I'll keep you apprised of that. On Monday of last week, we did open up, or we were part of the ceremony to open up the Shirley Chisholm Recreation Center on 3002 Farragut Road. I'm hoping that everybody here will sign up for the membership. Fantastic facility, a resource for our neighborhood. But as the land use chair, I have to be honest with you, it's a marvelous thing, but it's also a thing that we're going to have to be mindful of, because it's the crown jewel of our neighborhood, and it will bring attention, in some cases the wrong attention, to the neighborhood. We have to take care of it, and it's an excellent resource for anything here, and it's the price point that I'm pretty sure everybody's happy with. But what comes with that is the other type of attention that we've been fighting against for many years. We have to be aware that what comes with good, what comes with the medicine sometimes often comes with a little bit of poison. So we have to be vigilant in paying attention to what happens with the facility like that, its placement, along with all of the prior administration, City of Yes proposals, right? And how that affects that neighborhood in the coming days or in the coming years, Everybody should check out the facility. It's excellent. A lot of resources there, a lot of classes there. They hit the ground running. Registrations have been a little tough. I'm here in like 2 hours. The key is to get there early, extremely early, to try to avoid that. And please come to the next land use committee meeting. We will be inviting the Coastal for the follow-up to see if they provide any of the additional information that we requested during the public hearing. And that ends my report. Gotta try to fix this. I'm gonna stand right here. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Hi, Parks and Beautification. I did see youth and education come in, so you'll be reporting after.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Berla Tatouan, Chair for the Parks and Beautification Committee, and with me, the co-chair of the Parks and Beautification Committee is here as well, with your hand. So we had our meeting on February 3rd, where we had a representative from the Charlottism Recreation Center coming for a presentation. And we participated at the ribbon cutting, which was a beautiful event. So I urge you to go and visit this facility and use it as resident of Community Board 17. Our next meeting will be on March 3rd. March is National Poison Prevention Month. We'll have a presentation on plant poisoning, the beautiful plants that you see. Some of them can have poison too, so you need to be educated. You need to educate yourself and your children about plant poisoning. So please be part of this meeting. That will be on March 3rd at 7:30 on WebEx. So you don't have to leave your home. If you go to the CB17 website, this is where you will find information for the links for our meeting. For our 3-month plan, we have March 21st, where we will have a family day with the Wyckoff Housing Museum on 5616 on Clarendon Road. I hope that you can come with your family to enjoy this day. It's on March 21st. On April 11 at Children Playground, we will partner with Big Wheels and the Councilmember Farah Lewis for a street tree care, where we'll take care of the trees around this neighborhood by Children Playground. Please come, don't complain, come and participate. We also, I wanted to update you on our outreach to the park manager for the dog waste dispensary. People are complaining about dogs, waste in the park. Please assist us in, educating the community to take a bag and do the necessary to have our parks being clean. Also, we are working on having some signages in the parks. Some people are complaining about, things like don't smoke, don't put your trash, things like that. So we are working with the park manager to have some parks around the parks. If you see something, say something. Let us know if you need us to do more outreach and to do anything else to fix the parks. We are also partnering with the Youth and Education Committee. Ms. Grandison is here. We are partnering so we can involve the kids in our community in some planting and cleaning of the parks. So if you are a school principal or school teacher, please reach out to us, because we will also be reaching out to you so we can involve the kids to this beautiful outreach event. Thank you so much. I will be sitting there. If you have any question, you can reach out to me or the co-chair, Nicole Julius. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gail Grandison. I'm the chair of the Youth and Education. Welcome. I came in and I heard my colleagues speaking about the Shirley Chisholm Center, and I ask each and every one of you, get a membership. Get a membership for your kids. I can't even say beautiful is the word, but it's in our community, long awaited. Kids from 0 to 24 is free, so you can go online and you can register. It's kind of like a pre-register, because you still have to go to the facility to get your ID and stuff when you do it. But they're going to have summer programs also. So there's so many folks vying for limited resources. So I would say, get on it as early as you can. Go there, you can speak to Tank is his name. I think he's the assistant director.
Antoine.
It's Antoine. Tank, it's Antoine. It's his nickname. Antoine is his legal name. And then there's Tamika. They will tell you all about the programs, and especially if you have toddlers, just get involved. A lot of great programs. The one thing I learned is that the swim program that they have there is by lottery. So, as I said, limited resources for a lot of folks. So you have to put your name down, and hopefully, you'll be called. But I say again, please go register. Free for 0 to 24, and the membership For adults is $150 a year. Really great price point. The Youth and Education Committee, you probably saw this in the back. We're having an essay writing competition open to all students who go to school in our community or live in our community. Some really great prizes. You will see you get to choose your own topic and what it is that we're asking our young folks, and this is elementary, middle, and high school, to write a story. It could be humorous, adventurous, or action, Western, science fiction, fantasy, or fairy tale. A story of their own imagination. No AI, which means no ChatGPT, no Gemini, no Copilot. But we want them to use their imagination, be creative. It starts officially opens today and ends on April 18th. I was told, Ms. Frazier said that all the registration and then the rules and submission information, all of that is gone. But if you go on the board's website, you can go on the Youth and Committee page and the information should be there for you to download. I hope, get your grandkids, daughters, sons, niece, nephew, whoever involved in it. I would love to see a whole intake of essays for us to grade. And then sometime in May, we will do a little reception to honor our students who participated. Our next meeting is on March 11th. We will be starting our youth happening planning. Hope to see you for all day. Thank you.
Public safety. Public safety. Sanitation, environment. Social services. Personnel. Scrap. No? Oh, you're not feeling good? I know the feeling. Bylaws. Not yet. Not yet. No. That's all right. Just stand right there, though. You're next.
Good night, everyone. Very briefly, we're in the process of acquiring a new space for the board. We're looking at 2 offices and we narrowed it down to 1. That is my report.
Not bylaws.
Oh, sorry.
Postal services. Communications, do you have a report? Okay, after postal service, where do you go? Chair Westcott? I told you you're next. Where did you go? Sorry. If you have a report, come up. Is that no, you don't have one?
I am so upset. I really don't know where to start. I was at the annex on Union Curve between 4th and Avenue Day. And I was about to go in the post office. A lady came and said to me, "There's no service. All I had was mailing." When I went into the building, it seems as though they were doing construction there. The ceilings, the water's coming through. You can see water coming through the lights. The walls are all messed up. The floor is a mess. So I was just speaking to Dan, and right now he's sent an email to Yvette Clark's office because, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I just don't understand why in our neighborhood, why is it that our post office have been such in a ridiculous condition? I mean, if you see it, you really get sick, and I am sick. I do hope that the email that Dan sent, I hope we get some response, because each time it comes up, it's the same problem. It's the same problem. So I hope that, and I really hope that this year things will get better, because for the past years, it hasn't been getting better. Things have been getting worse. Okay, that's my report. All right.
Communication said no, right? Is Brookdale here? Brookdale Cap? Not you. All right. My report is next. Okay, so again, hello, everyone. This is Chairperson's report. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to see so many of you as usual. Some of you, your faces are very constant and it's excellent for what we represent at Community Board 17. Throughout this evening, you're going to hear different people talk about the Shirley Chisholm Recreation Center because many of us, or chairs, or the likes, went and visited. I did an individual walkthrough. I don't remember the date, but it was a Friday, it was a Monday or Tuesday. Then I got the place, ladies and gentlemen, is phenomenal. Say it again. Raise your hand if you actually have been to the center. All right, that's definitely not enough hands. Some things we can see through the lens of those who are telling the story, while some things are better done through your own eyes. I know you know how much, if you've been on this board for a while, how much was spent on it, which is $141 million. It is the first community center built around the city in the last 15 years. And on top of that, it is the most money spent on any community center in the last 100 or so years. So you know this is it. This is number one. Is Tamika here? Because I don't want to. Tamika, she was supposed to be here to present on the churches. So basically, it's free for anybody under 25. $25 for anybody over 65, veteran or disabled. And everybody else in between is $150. It has, yes. What are you shaking your head? What did I say wrong? Let me say it again. Anybody under 25 is free. Right? So if you turn 25, you're paying $150. Right? So if you want to get it 24 days, 24 years and 5 months, you get it. It's good for a year. Right? If you're over if you're a senior, it's maybe I have the age wrong, maybe 62. It's 62? All right, so that's where you're shaking your head. So 62 is $25 veteran. At that age as well, there's a certain cost, and if you're disabled, it's a certain cost. It's $25, right? So just see them for the application. The application for the board, this is the last time you're going to hear me say it for this year. If you're renewing your membership, you need to submit it. If you want to become a new member, you need to submit it. So that's those of you who are who received a notification from Ms. Frazier or Barbara Hall to please work on that. There will be a free, oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Oh, I know what happened. Sorry, give me 1 second. Our computer's showing me, an older email. In the last few days, I said that. Okay, so this month is Black History Month. So despite how you feel about the shortness of the day or however you feel about it, I need for us to recognize it. And I know some people say things like, why should there be a Mother's Day? You know, why should there be a Father's Day? Why should there be X, Y, and Z? And I say to people, because you bring light to a situation or scenario or person that you know you don't really think about, you think about, but not necessarily highlight. Black History Month is there for you to highlight the makings of individuals, the pioneers, the heroes, the heroines of things in Black history, from music to education, from traveling to building to different enterprises. So take a moment and think about some of the things that we enjoy, that if it wasn't for a Black person, that those things would not be around. And the very simple things I remember last month when the lights went out. Anybody remember that? The lights went out. Everybody went into a little panic. Imagine if you're living during the time when the Black man did not invent the filament that made light bulbs work. Those simple little things that we take for granted now are things that were things unknown to us, unbeknownst to us, unless it was a person of color. I did a trip to Albany. I did go up, had a great time. I do recommend that you get up there, you network with what's happening in the city, in the state, in your borough. You have an opportunity to have generally one-on-one conversations with your elected officials, your agencies, to let them know what your concerns are. And, you also have some, I must admit, there was some fun in there as well. I finally got an opportunity to meet my cousin Beanie Man, so we had a little conversation, so it was great. So there was some fun in it, and I was very, very excited about that. I was like a little kid in a candy store. I want to bring up one thing that Chair Frey brought up. And I've met with a couple of politicians in the past, and one of them is a former ambassador to the United States, Nick Perry. And he brought up this very simple point. You elected me to represent you at different levels to create and make problems. I don't want to say easier, but I think it's worth it to go away. So they need to know that I have the support. When you don't come to the committees, when you don't show up, and I'm not just talking about board members, I'm talking about the elected officials, talking about the police officers, I'm talking about the members, and I'm talking about the community. When you don't show up to those meetings and I write a letter, right? It's almost like who's backing me? When the chair of land use writes a letter and nobody's coming to the meeting, when the chair of commerce writes a letter to SLA and there's no support, the letter, though it's strengthened something, is not as strong as when we as committee. You know how many things are going on that they just show up? I can name you 3 things right now. One, the bike racks. Whenever you do a survey, most of us hate them. The bus lane, right? For me personally, I don't see why the bus lanes are 24 hours. I don't see why the cameras are 24 hours. That's not what they're built for. Right? They were built to protect students in, during school time. They realized it was a money-making machine, they increase it. But again, I don't want to do this, and I'm not going to, but think about if, have you gone towards a public transportation meeting to argue these points? This property tax thing is real. Because if people don't know, Mamdani is very much about tenants, not about landlords or small landlords of the time. He's very much about that. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna protect some landlords. I'm simply saying that he's more there to protect the tenants. And if you don't stand up and fight, New York City is only gonna get more expensive than it is now. So please do show up to these meetings. I'm asking, not just as the chair, but as a person who believes strongly in our community. And I believe strongly that together our voice is stronger. Thank you. It's my report. Any questions for my report? Thank you. State your name and your affiliation to the board.
First, I are very disappointed that the information was very late. So you wanted to know, see why they were very few, because you didn't know about it until the very last minute. You mentioned something about going to Albany. You wanted to go to Albany to do. You didn't say why we're going to Albany. And when you went to Albany was this.
Out to the community so people who would want to go to Albany would know what was taking place for them to go. And the other thing I'd like to say, we should just remember that Jesse Jackson passed and show our respect to him. Thank you.
Okay, let me address those 3 points. I think those are 3 valid points. And I didn't remember third one, so thank you for reminding me. Point number 1, the mayor, it is understanding to me that there are a number of elected officials who have gone out and made a statement that Community Board 17 was responsible for what happened at the Shirley Chisholm Center. I am the chair of the board, and I'm telling you, that's not what happened. I got a call on Thursday afternoon saying that they're waiting for the mayor's office to give us a date because they're waiting for him to make a date for the opening and to invite the community. A couple of seconds later in that call, I'm doing a walkthrough tomorrow. Are you able to come? I said, yes. And I invited the parks, the communications, and one more individual, I don't remember who it was, to that walkthrough. The board had nothing to do with the walkthrough. When I got there, I saw 2 other community members outside of the 4 or 5 people from our community board. That's first. During the week, I was in communication with the Parks Department and the Shirley Chisholm Rec Center. So I am very upset. I'm telling you now that when I got to Albany, and before I got to Albany, I hear that there's a thing going around saying what Community Board 17 did or did not do that came from elected officials. That I didn't like. So that week, I'm waiting for this phone call, waiting for this phone call, waiting for this phone call. I finally got the phone call, and the executive board can tell you, I sent out the notice in the executive board or to Ms. Frazier to invite the community board members to come to this meeting. Because then the mayor changed the date from February 6th to then February 9th. We sent out the notices. Ms. Frazier, I believe you sent out emails. Am I correct? Please answer with verbal so people can hear. There you go. On Sunday afternoon, I get a phone call from Councilmember Farrell Lewis, which stated that the mayor was upset about how things were going down and that he wanted a small number of individuals to come. I said I already sent out an email to the board and to the community for them to come out to this opening. She said, well, they all can't come. I then sent back an email within the executive group that says that, I'm sorry, I am uninviting you to this event. I then called Ms. Frazier. I told Ms. Frazier what happened. She was at church, or she was coming from church, or wherever it was. And she says, well, I'm not doing that. Why? Because I already sent out the email and it's too late and I can't do that for tomorrow. That's it. I showed up on Monday. I sat in the front row, seat 4 or 5 from the right. Up there were the elected officials, the members of Dr. Haslick's family, and the Parks Department. We didn't even get to speak. As Farrell Lewis was speaking, Ms. Frazier yelled out, and Community Board 17. She says, I'm getting there. One elected official recognized Community Board 17. One. And I believe that was Rodney Spachat, Assembly member. So in terms of what happened with Shirley Chisholm, we at Community Board 17 simply followed orders. We had nothing to do with how that went down. And I was very upset when I got there the Monday morning and I turned around and there were about 200 people sitting in the audience, and I'm saying why we couldn't come. Lastly, the second thing to Albany, I did mention last month that there was a bus sponsored by Assemblywoman Monique Chandler Waterman and Jamie Williams if you wanted to go to Albany. I did mention that last month. And lastly, for the third point, which I totally forgot, I didn't get a chance to put in my notes, I'm just asking for a moment of silence for Reverend Jesse Jackson, who was the first strong Black candidate for the Democratic Party. He came in third in 1984, second to Michael Dukakis in 1988, and has been one of those persons who's walked the walk doing civil rights and helping with coalition push. So I'm asking for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. That ends my answer. So are there any other questions? Yes. Just the mic. He said it's working now. Oh, you can come up. Come on up. Yes, come on up. It is working, but come on up.
In terms of the invitation to attend the opening of the Shirley Chisholm Center, really disappointed to hear that the mayor said that he only wanted a small amount of folks at that opening, as we in this community has been waiting for it so long. But the most disappointing thing about it is that the family members of Shirley Chisholm were not told about this opening not till the night before. And that's why there was no representation there from the family. Really disappointing that they would have done that and not reached out before to make sure that they were there standing along with everybody else, as that is their family legacy.
Yeah. I don't want to belabor the point, but I'm a little bit upset also that this thing was started by Councilmember Jumaane Williams and then Mayor de Blasio, complete with Eric Adams, and this mayor inherited, literally did nothing, and decided that he was going to dominate what's going to happen. I'm saying this on public record, so he can come after me all he wants. That he decided he wanted to dominate what was going to happen with the Shirley Chisholm Center without involving the community who fought for the center to secure the legacy of and to keep alive our young people of color who live in this community. So I'm very appalled by that. And I'm stating that for the record. And then to turn around and blame us as if we were the one at fault. It is Ariana, right? Sabat? Member Sabat. We can't hear you.
Thank you. Hi, board
State your
member-
name. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, board member Ariana Sabat. So my question then is, it seems like there's a lot of issues with how the opening went. Does CB17 have the capacity to have their own event where we include the community and students and kids in the community to let them know that the place is open and let it be how we want it to be?
The word is already out, so to speak, but it's not something, raise your hand if there's something that you would like. Raise your hand if there's something that you would like. Okay, consider it done. We'll work on it tomorrow. Ms. Frazier?
I think it's something we could, a matter of fact, I was having a conversation this evening with Danielle. Same topic. We are definitely going to collaborate. I see that Assembly member is online. I know she barely had an opportunity to speak. Assembly member Waterman, could you hear me?
Yes, I can, yes.
She barely had an opportunity to speak, so I'm sure that her, Councilmember Farah Lewis and others will definitely work with us. And I'm going to stay on the topic of Shirley Chisholm, who is of Guyanese heritage. I am a Guyanese. I would have loved to see representation from the Guyana Consulate. And I'm sure if anyone is in here from Barbados, they would have loved to see representation from the Barbados consulate. So that's something that I shared with the rep from Council Member Lewis's office this evening. And definitely we are going to look into something. This is a community center, not the mayor's center. We love the fact that he was there to share in the joy, and really it's a true testament to the power and the vision of to see the project go from blueprint to a stunning community reality. So we were extremely happy to have him there. And I am sure that we are going to work together to have more community members visit and see what the center looks like. I am here to give a report. Last month, I reported on my intent to focus more on community outreach, which has always been a concern. Unfortunately, Ms. Farah resigned, and so we were back to square one right now. We do have a new staff, Ms. Ayana Sinclair. She was officially hired on February 2nd. She took over the social media platforms and she continued to familiarize herself with the workings of the various committees. I know she's community minded and I have no doubt that she will do a great job. I am presently in conversation with Brooklyn College regarding an intern. Miss Soraya Bumari will be interning with us. With Medgar Evers College, I'm sorry. She will be interning with us. I will be communicating with her. I would really love for us to focus more on our needs statement. It is so important when we're submitting to the, that our needs reflect our community. And that's one area in the office that I feel really needs to be taken care of. So she will be interning, and that will be her assignment, to focus on the needs statement for the board and our capital and expense budget. And always remember, we cannot do it without your input. So when we come here, I know last fiscal year, there was a presentation by Ms. Farah and the budget chair. We did receive some feedbacks, but not the kind of feedbacks that we were really looking for. Okay, let's think about what do we need in our, what are some of the needs in our community that can enhance our lives? The center, that was a vision. It came to fruition. They're presently working on Pattygut Park. I know funding was allocated for that park. We have the Wyckoff Farmhouse. It's now an area there that can be utilized by the community. I've been advocating years. I've been here almost 40 years. I've advocated for reconstruction of our parks. The Wyckoff Farmhouse, I've been downtown to meetings, just advocating. And now we have a beautiful space that can be used by the community. Okay, so these are some of the things that we're looking at. I'm advocating for an express bus from Brooklyn to Manhattan. I'm scheduled to have a DSC meeting with MTA next month, date to be determined. And if I have to bring in my elected officials, they're saying, oh, you know, we have the IBX program, so we don't think that that's necessary now. Why conduct a feasibility study? Well, why not? Why not? So these are some of the things that I have been advocating for, but I want to hear from you. Share your ideas with me. I would know how to put it in words and get it into our elected for them to, and the agencies that are responsible. So at that meeting next month, we had a number of outstanding issues that needs to be addressed. We need to continue our conversation on traffic enforcement during sanitation, alternate site parking. Drivers are not moving their car. So we are going to work with enforcement to ensure that when sanitation is out there sweeping the streets, I'm not getting calls, oh, my street wasn't swept yesterday because the driver didn't want to move his car. Enforcement is going to be driving along with sanitation, and we're going to ask them to issue tickets during those cleaning hours. I also need to, how about the snow? I hardly had any complaints in the office about snow removal after the storm. I had a lot of complaints regarding garbage pickup from the alleyways. So if you don't call, I wouldn't know. If you don't call, it means that you don't have a problem. So, but I need to talk to sanitation to ensure that they had all the necessary equipment. If not, we are definitely going to have to advocate for the manpower and more equipment if needed. So that's an issue that we're going to address. And also, I talked about the express bus. The mayor has the Office of Mass Engagement. I did receive a call from a liaison. It would be great for him to come to attend one of our meetings and introduce himself, because we would like to know, you know, what are the mayor's plans for District 17? And always remember, go online, look at the budget, look at what's happening. Yes, there's talk about increasing our taxes for small landlords. I'm sure we have many in this audience tonight. It's not easy when our salaries are not being increased, but our taxes are being increased. So those are some of the things that I will be discussing at our next district service cabinet meeting, which is open to the service agencies and members of the executive board. And with that, I am going to close. It's already 8:05. If you have any questions, I'll be more than willing to answer.
Any questions for the district manager? Yes, go ahead, state your name and affiliation from over there. You were saying something, Chair? There's a hand raised online. The young man right there.
Yeah, hi, my name is Josh. I live on Beverly, between Rogers and Bedford. Yeah, I think one of the ways that this community can benefit from something that's already in place or in progress is that zoning, the rezoning. We attended a meeting back in December. Chair, I think you were there with the council members, and it was about trying to work on zoning so that there's more affordable units that are more accessible by people from the neighborhood or from the surrounding areas, as opposed to people coming in from elsewhere to take up units that are supposedly affordable that aren't actually affordable for most folks. So that was a big part of what we were discussing when we were talking about our dreams for this community. They were asking for ideas and all these things, and it was a wonderful meeting, and we were promised that we were going to get another one possibly at the start of the new year. And I asked sometime mid-January when the next meeting would be. I know, yes, Chair, you had mentioned you wish that there was a larger turnout. So it'd be wonderful if even more folks from the community came out to talk about what they want from Community Board 17 when it comes to rezoning. What types of buildings, the bus lane stuff, all that stuff. So anyway, thank you.
I'm sure Mr.
Thank you.
Frey. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Chair.
No, just said thank you for that comment. You were saying something.
No, I said I'm sure Mr. Frey heard your comment, suggestion, and he is going to be, Mr. Frey, would you like to address that or regarding the rezoning?
Can't hear you. Kwame speaking. Can you get the mic, please? Melanie, Sergeant at Arms. Never mind.
We did reach out for an update on when the next formal meeting will be to discuss the planning of the zoning of our corridors. And we haven't gotten feedback back yet. But the second I know, well, I'll share.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Hello, good afternoon. I'm not a board member. I'm guest since for 2 years now, and I just want to say.
Please state your name
Oh,
for the
sorry.
record.
I'm Jason Stewart, advocate for New York City, and also sit on the board of director in Albany for statewide. I just want to recommend you for your report. That was a very good report. And because you spoke about lab in Albany. I've been in Albany every Tuesday, every week, working on the budget because the budget is due April the 1st. And also we have a mass rally coming up on March 19, and I would like to see some of our board members at that rally because it's going to be a big rally in Albany because we're facing a budget that we with a lot of cuts, especially for seniors, and the budget is due April 1st. So we're trying to work on the budget for April the 1st. And also I want to say to you that we don't, as a community, as we live in the community, we don't have to wait to call you guys about something that happened in the community. During the storm, I called the borough president about the bus stop and the snow on the sidewalk, and he did a fantastic job by cleaning all the bus stops in East Flatbush and the sidewalk. So we don't have to wait to call you guys to get things done. We could get up and do it. Just make a phone call, talk to the borough president, talk to your assemblyman or your someone. Let them know we live in the community and we vote for you for you to come and get things done. So just want to let you know that the borough president did a good job during the snowstorm because I called them myself several times and all the bus stop was clean because people were standing out.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
I'm
No, hold on. One second.
People were standing.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
I have to stop you. And the only reason I have to stop you is that it's just questions for the speaker. Now, everything you're saying is worth saying, but that will come at the community session. So everything you're saying, except I don't want you to repeat the dates, but when we go to the community session, come up, take the mic, and then you can say what you're saying. All right? Thank you about that. But it's a direct question for the district manager or whoever is up there speaking. Right now it's the district manager.
Mr. Chair, I think the assembly member is queuing. She has a response or question for.
Well, I'm only gonna take it if she has a question for the district manager.
I
not a
could wait,
statement,
I
Because
could
she's
wait
gonna
till.
get her turn to speak. So,
I do agree.
Assemblymember Waterman, do you have a question?
I'll
for
wait till my turn
the
to
district
speak.
manager?
She said she'll wait.
Okay, she'll
On
wait.
the subject of the bus stops, I was in touch with sanitation throughout the storm. They were sending me updates constantly. The reason why most of the garbage was not picked up on a regular basis because they were busy clearing bus stops in the community, train stations. I mean, they did a phenomenal job. So I am aware that some bus stops were clean or all the bus stops were clean because they were reporting to me. And they called, do you have any location, emergency that you need us to go to? I didn't. So work on the bus stops, clean the train stations, and that's what they did. And then they started with the side streets. So I'm very much aware of that. Thank you. If there's no more questions, oh, sorry.
My name is Sherry Ann Lawrence Cambridge, soon to be on the community board. My question is for housing. I need to find out who I can direct that question to.
When the housing person comes,
Okay.
then you can ask that question.
Okay.
Again,
Thank
we have, I'm just reminding people, it's questions to the report given. Right?
Okay.
Questions to the report given
Thank you, everyone.
or follow-ups. Okay. Agency report. Lieutenant Chauvet? Any other agencies here? Please step forward if you're an agency, not a political, not representing a political person. You're representing an agency.
Can you guys hear me? Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Chauvet, the Special Operations Lieutenant of the 67th Precinct. Deputy Inspector Beauvoir could not make it. He sends his regards. Just want to go over some things that are happening in the 6-7. We're down in shootings. Right now, we are down in homicides. We're down in robberies. We're down in a lot of categories. But where we do see the uptick is in grand larceny auto, right? People are leaving their car running, right, as they go to the store, right, getting ready for work, right, certain things like that. We got to make sure that we do not leave our car running. That's a trend that we're seeing in the 67th precinct, right? We want to make sure, guys, right? I know it's cold, right? I'd rather you guys deal with being cold than get your car or your property stolen. Please, please, guys. Another thing that we do see, guys, is a lot of pickpockets on the bus. When you guys are traveling, I know the bus gets crowded. We have to be cognizant of the people around us, right? We got to make sure our property is secured, our wallets, right? Don't put your wallet in your back pocket, right? I would not suggest that. So these are the things that are going on. In addition to that, unfortunately, on Saturday morning, we did take a homicide inside a club on 9508 Church Avenue. We want to make sure, guys, when we are going out, right, we make sure we don't get in disputes in the club, right? Obviously, the club has to have their own security, but obviously, we do see an uptick in that violence. We have some tow operations happening. We have a tow operation happening tomorrow. So if anybody has complaints for any vehicles that do need to get towed, please, my cell phone number, I'm going to provide my cell phone number. You guys can send me a picture of the vehicle so I can send to my officers so they can tow that vehicle. We have it partnered with our traffic safety unit. It's going to be 917-683-9332. That's all I really do have. If any questions, concerns.
Amazon.
Okay, what I do suggest when we have our packages, right, is there's a drop-off location. You can use drop-off locations, UPS stores, Walgreens has drop-off locations. That's what I do suggest. Obviously, if you do live in a building, right, sometimes Amazon, they'll leave the packages right in the front. It's easy accessible for somebody to just take that, and leave and steal your property, right? I would suggest drop-off locations that's nearest to your residence.
Okay, any other questions for the lieutenant? Yes, Mr. Gabriel.
Hi, I seem to recall, maybe it was last month, you had also mentioned something about deed theft.
I can't hear you.
I think another time you spoke to us, you said something about deed theft.
Yes, grand larcenies from our elders where they're getting phone scams. Definitely still an uptick in grand larcenies throughout the city as far as elderlies getting a crime of opportunity, given a phone call, whether they say that a relative is in prison and then they Cash App or Zelle, right? In addition to that, we had many instances where people are acting like they're postal workers, picking up money. In addition to that, right, we got to look after our elders. Our elders are so important, right? I would commend you guys to check up on your mother, check up on your father if she's an elder, older than 75, 67 years old, right? These little solutions can really solve the issue, right? Checking up on our elders, right? They shouldn't have access to their bank account, right? Obviously, right, we see definitely a difficult situation with that, but access to the bank account, if we do see an issue such as old timers and stuff like that that is happening, right, when we get elderly, we have to take their bank account away. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Chauvet. He's going to be in the back for a couple of minutes if there are any questions, and he has some officers with him. Hello, officers. All right. And again, if you're standing there, you must be an agency that says something like .gov as your email. So if your email is not like, I don't know, Department of Health .gov, then you're not an agency. The library, Brooklyn Public Library .gov, something like that. NYC or something, then you're not an agency. If you represent an organization, that's different. You're not an agency. Go ahead, sir. I'm going to stop you if you're not an agency. I'm just telling you.
I'm from Brooklyn Public Library.
Perfect.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Ryan. I'm the Assistant Branch Manager at Brooklyn Public Library, Clarendon Branch, just down the road. Just some updates for us there. Our team for the Robotics League placed second, so now they're going to the regionals. Congratulations to them. And basically for the month of March, we have some new programs to offer to the community. One is going to be on the 26th. We also have our everything I'm mentioning here is going to be on our flyers and calendars that are in the back there for you. So anything I mentioned, you can grab as you see fit. On the 26th, we're going to start the Bookworm Club from 6:30 to 7:30 for adults. So if you have a great book that you want to promote that you read, please come and bring it. We also have movie night for adults. It's going to be called Love Brooklyn, starring Roy Wood Jr. from 5:30 to 7:30 on the 24th. We're also going to have teen crafting hangout every Friday from 4 to 5. We have our playtimes on Thursdays and Saturdays from 10:30 to 11. And we also have Ask a Tech. So if you have any other questions about computers or anything like that, that's every Wednesday from 11 to 12. We also have Makerspace on Tuesdays from 3:30 to 5. That's for any children that go from 6th to 8th grade. That's building, that's engineering, anything like that. If you have children that you know that are into science, please promote that. And I would say that's about it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Any other agencies? Okay, the hospital, nothing? Okay, not a problem. I'm sorry that you guys sat down, but it's now time for the community report. I am so sorry. So if you are
I did see Tyron, which is Project Echo. Everybody who sat down just now? Yeah. So community, that includes you, Samantha. Community session. Anyone from the community who has anything to add, that you want something to say, is the time for you to come forward, including you, young lady in the back. Yes, ma'am, unless you're done. You sure you're done? You had a lot of good things to offer. Yeah, yes. So there are two mics. Okay, wait. So hold on. There are two mics, mic 1 and mic 2. So I'm going to alternate between mics. So if you walk across to mic 2, after mic 1 speaks, then I'll go to mic 2. Then I'll go back, and back. Understand? So there are two mics. Samantha, take one of the mic. All right? Go ahead. Make sure you state your name, organization, and affiliation, or whatever your comments are going to be about.
Don't speak on the mic. Okay. Hi, good night. I'm Ruth Ann Goodrich. I'm the outreach coordinator for East Flatbush Village. We'll be having a pantry with PS 235 every Tuesday. This is with City Councilman Rita Jones, and there will also be
I'm sorry, was it Rita Joseph?
Rita Joseph, sorry. And thank you for correcting me. Appreciate it. Yes. And I'd like to thank everyone who attended our Caucus Albany bus trip. We had 89 people in attendance. That included the youth and the community members. Also, we had our snow cleanup initiative with District 42, 45, and 58, and we did 100 elderly people, residents. And from our legislative breakfast that we had on January 30th, we are having another initiative with Barbados Council, and it's called Together We Create, and they will be having a workshop teaching the young people about the culture of Carnival, and we'll be creating their own costumes for the Eastern Parkway Festival.
All right.
And that will be on February 28th.
All right, and you have flyers in the back?
Yes, I do.
All right. So thank you. I did not remind you, it's 2 minutes to speak. Okay? As our Sergeant at Arms will just walk over to you when you are broaching that 2 minutes. Mic 2.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shawnee Samuels. I'm from Bridging Access to Care. I just wanted to share some quick events that we have coming up. We do have our fresh produce giveaway where we give away food boxes at our office. Our next event is going to be on March 13th. It is the same office as the Flatbush Gardens Management Office, if you're familiar. So that's the same area. This week, we are also. Huh?
Tell us the address.
The address is 3301 Foster Avenue. It's right on the corner of Foster and New York. We are also having our movie night this Friday. It's going to be at the Flatbush Gardens Community Center, which is 1404 Brooklyn Avenue. It's from 5 to 8. It's going to be family friendly and centered around Black History Month. We also have this Saturday our art workshop and our chair massage, both at our community center, the same address, 1404 Brooklyn Avenue. Anyone is welcome. You can get a free chair massage from a licensed professional. And then afterwards, you can join us with a professional-led art course as well. So those are some of our events that we have coming up. I have that information in the back. And just as a quick information about Bridging Access to Care, we are a nonprofit organization that specializes in mental health, substance use, and housing assistance. So if you have any questions, feel free to see me in the back. Thank you.
Mic 1.
Race now.
Good evening, everyone.
Important.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Marable from the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. Just wanted to sort of reiterate the event that's going on the 24th. There's a small business expo at 1401 Flatbush Avenue that we're doing in conjunction with Farrah Lewis's office, as well as Flatbush Nostrand Junction and Little Haiti BK. They have flyers for that in the back. Additionally, we're doing a small business survey. As you know, a big part of, or you may or may not know, a big part of what the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce does is we advocate on behalf of small businesses to elected officials. And the information collected via surveys like this are very important for us being able to make the case to advocate on behalf of small businesses. And so this survey will be open for a few more days, but we're trying to get as many businesses as possible to answer this so that we can have a solid just sample size to be able to analyze and come forward with certain policy recommendations for elected officials. So we have flyers with QR codes in the back as well. And also just wanted to bring up, lastly, this program, the New York City Small Business Resource Network. We've been doing door-to-door visits and also one-on-one consultations with small businesses. It's sort of like a case management sort of model for helping small businesses find resources that they need. So I have flyers for that as well in the back. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mike True.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Venice Ishibashi, and Brooklyn is not only my home, but it's a place that I really love, and I always try to contribute in any way possible. You know, local elected officials always doing things, and I try to be a part of that. I am a new author, and the book, the name of my book is called Driving to My Appointment with Death. So don't let the title freak you out. It's not about death. It's more about what happens when we stop running from our own mortality and start asking ourselves, how do I want to live? Okay. And so with the book, it's more focuses more on how do we live our life in between. And sometimes we do get burnt out, whether it's by work, relationship, or just life itself. And we just need to take a pause and just, get that together and don't focus so much on the end, but it's just how we live our life in the middle. If you have any questions, you feel free to ask me.
Do you have the book?
Thanks. Yes, I do have the book with me.
Can we see the book?
Sure. So the book can be found on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and Walmart. I'll get the book.
Can we see the book? Mike 1.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is William Chambers, representing Public Health Solutions, specifically our social care network. I serve as a Brooklyn Community Engagement Manager. And right now, the State Department of Health is paying for services for people who are on Medicaid. So if anyone has Medicaid, you can come over here. So if anyone has Medicaid, if you know of any family members who have Medicaid, Medicaid is paying for services within housing, food and nutrition, and transportation. So for example, with housing, you can get certain utilities, bills paid. So if you have any kind of, if you're non-compliant with, like, let's say your National Grid bill or your Con Edison bill, we can then pay up to, I believe, 6 months of not rental, well, rental arrears as well, but also for your utilities, right, to bring you back into good compliance, and also pay prospectively to Con Edison National Grid for your for those bills to keep you in good compliance with your utilities. And then also for rental arrears, we can pay up to 6 months of back rent, and after we can also pay up to 6 months of prospective rent. So moving forward, right? So those are things that we have within housing, within food and nutrition, for people who need greater access to food. We can also pay for that to get food delivered to your home, and then also for transportation to medical appointments and all the things. So all you have to do is just fill out a self-screener. So if you go to the Whole U NYC website, you can then go on the Find Services page, click your borough, which would be hopefully Brooklyn for most people. And then after, you can then fill that out with your Medicaid ID, and that will get you connected to services. So for anyone who's on Medicaid, there's free services to Medicaid members that will expire in March of 2027. So we want to get every single Brooklynite screened for those services. So any way that I can work with organizations or work with community stakeholders in order to get this information out to all Medicaid members, we would love to do that. We're also partnering with National Grid on Friday, this week, Friday on the 20th, from 11 to 3 p.m. National Grid is having an expo in Brownsville, 1535 on Pitkin Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And we will be there also screening Medicaid members. So if you need any help with your National Grid bill, there will be representatives from National Grid there to help you, to answer any questions in relation to you being a National Grid customer. And then we will also be there for you or anyone else who's a Medicaid member, kids as well. We can screen children who are Medicaid members, babies who have Medicaid. So even if you're not eligible for something, your child may be eligible for something, and after they can get the resources go to the home. So definitely want to connect with all Medicaid members and with stakeholders who have proximity to Medicaid populations.
Thank you. All right. The time is up. You have flyers in the back, I'm assuming.
Can I ask a quick question? What's his website again?
Go
It
ahead,
was-
go ahead. Go ahead with the question.
Thank you so much. Arno Lipkin from
Is
IDCC.
there any way that we can get those questions? We can't, hold on one second. We can't hear her. Is there any way we can? Oh,
can you hear me
Samantha,
now?
show the book? I'm sorry, Venice.
What's the website so we can?
I do give daily quotes, so check it out at Venice Ishibashi. And again, the book can be found on Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes and Nobles.
Okay. How much is it?
So the hardback is $25 and the paperback is $15. That's free.
I would suggest that you pass it around to the audience.
CC, try them now.
Then, Mrs. Sabashi, if you want to pass it around to the audience so they can see it, it'll be fine. Go ahead, person online.
Hi, thanks so much. Just a quick, what was the
Can I-
name website? People
Say
should
it-
look,
Speak again,
the name of the website to find,
online. We
The
can't
whole-
hear you.
the name of the website to get in touch with the person that spoke about Medicaid.
The person talking about Medicaid.
She wants the name of the website for his organization.
Where's the person? Yeah. Go ahead, speak now.
I'm here. So the name of the website is Whole U NYC. So if you go to Whole U NYC, you will see something that says Find Services. You just scroll down and then it would say Find Services where you live. It will say Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. If you live in Brooklyn, you just click on Brooklyn and then you start to fill it out as a Medicaid member. You have to put your Medicaid ID into it and have to fill out whatever your needs are. So it asks you questions about housing needs, food and nutrition, and also transportation. You would fill all of that out, click that you need services, and after we would then follow up with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Whole U NYC.
All right, the one thing I want to tell for everybody who's on the mic, you have to kind of like speak louder because it's hard to hear you. And we also, the meeting is being recorded and the audio is going to go blah, 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 blah. And we don't provide good minutes after that. Mr. Stearns.
Peace and blessings, everyone. My name is Tyron Stearns, Community Coordinator for Project Echo. Just a quick update. Project Echo organization is proud to announce a major milestone in our community safety. We are at 106 days in no shooting, and we are at 402 days of no killing in our catchment area. And just one quick announcement, this Saturday, February 21st, we'll be hosting our annual Black History Showcase at My 11 Middle School at 6 p.m. And we invite the community to come out to celebrate Black history and celebrate youth excellence. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. And that event is again 6 p.m. at My 11, 5909 Beverly Road, okay, on Saturday, the 21st. Thank you. It's kind of nice to know like where community places are, right? Lived here long enough. Legislative report. Everyone who's representing or is a legislator, or Ms. Chandler Waterman, Assembly member, you're online.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you to Community Board 17 board members and our district manager. Happy 100 years of Black history. And I just want my condolences also to go out to Reverend Jesse Jackson family and friends. My condolences also go out to Philbert Cole and his family. He passed away after shoveling the snow when we had the big snowstorm. His life partner, I believe, was a member of Community Board 17 as well. So we did have his funeral. I was able to represent and bring my condolences with my team. I also want to thank, on another note, thank you to EFV and the volunteers who supported over 100 older adults for snow removal during the storm. They were very grateful, and my condolences go out to whoever lost their life as well, because there was a couple of people that lost their life during that time. Regarding the Shirley Chisholm Recreational Center, I'm very excited for the opening. I know it was 13 years, 4 mayors, and we appreciate the public advocate, and he was then the council member, Jamani Williams, for laying the foundation. We appreciate the council member Lewis and Bashat, Assembly Member Bashat, for bringing it to the finish line. So I was part of that initial planning before I was elected, as many of you were, from the community board and just in the community in general. So this was definitely a great example of it's not a I thing, it's a we thing. So we are very excited about that. And with that being said, when the first groundbreaking happened, there was issues with invitations. I wasn't invited, and there was a lot of issues with certain electors being invited. So I would be cautious about saying that the mayor was the reason for the invitation issue. I think we should make sure there's a mayor representative that can speak to that. So, because sometimes things get lost in translation. And I know as an elected official, that happens a lot where we're blamed for stuff that is not really the actual case. So I would like to think best intentions. So I think we should get clarification from the mayor's office. With that being said, I do not support increasing property taxes. So my colleagues and I we have a good relationship with the mayor's office. We will have direct conversation with the mayor's office to hear firsthand what he thinks about this topic, because I know he's focused on affordability. So we just want to make sure that we are doing that civic engagement of following up with electors when we hear something that we may not like. And for Black History Month, I want to echo that we were able, of course, with my colleague, Assembly Member Jamie Williams, and of course with EFV support, to take almost 100, maybe more, Ruth Ann, than 89, 110 people to Albany for the Black Puerto Rican Hispanic Asian Association Weekend in celebration for Black History. And we were able to talk about our Vital Voice meeting that we normally have. We pushed it to Albany, and we were able to talk about the expansion of Office of Victim Services to make sure that our survivors get the support, and making sure that information is not a well-kept secret. We need to make sure people understand how to access it, and also making sure that reports are public online, and expand conversation around victim services and eligibility, especially when it comes to contributory language. And we also talk about expansion of community schools. Absenteeism is related directly to a lack of wraparound services and family support, and we want community school concepts in schools. So those are some of the things that we focus on when it came to the association weekend, and also mental health, with Daniel's Law being fully passed, so we could figure out what it looks for the Black and Brown community when it comes to mental health, and sustain and support Caribbean islands. As we know, we had devastation when it came to Hurricane Melissa with Jamaica, so we did focus a lot on that. I will end off with, we did a great walkthrough of Utica Crescent affordable housing. They will have security, the laundry room on every floor, gym, fitness center. There's a courtyard with garden. There'll be a big supermarket. One Brooklyn Health will have a dialysis center, I believe, or some type of medical facility on site. Parking garage, 54 cars, outside 38. There's bike racks, battery storage for e-bikes, so people won't catch on fire. Technology, community room, playroom, all type of stuff. So we're very excited about that. They're doing the lottery now. They're calling and doing interviews. They did over, I think, almost 200 interviews, and they're going through the list. So I just want to definitely thank everyone for getting this out, the partnership with Community Board 17 to get that information out. I do have my team members. I know Dorothy and a couple of my team members are there to give some information, but I would end here so I could be invited back to speak, because I know I'm over time, but thank you so much for the time and allowing me to speak. Thank you so much, New York State Assemblywoman Monique Chandler Waterman. I appreciate you, January to June, we're in Albany. So a lot of times we may not make it to this meeting, but our teams will be there and flyers are in the back. So thank you so much. I don't know if we're doing questions, but I am available if that is the protocol.
All right, thank you very much, Assembly Member Chandler Waterman. Just want to, and I see Jelani here representing the mayor. I just want to reiterate that I received notification that the mayor's office wanted to be the office in control of the event on the Monday morning, and that the Community Board 17 was responsible for what was happening within the debacle. I'm just telling you that's the message I receive. Just want to be clear. And that's almost verbatim. So when the mayor office comes up or any other elected comes up, they can address it. Go ahead. No, not you.
Is there any questions for me, Mr. Dilly, or you're going on
No,
to
no,
the next?
no, I was just making a comment.
Okay, thank
I'm
you
sorry,
so much.
The BP's representative, can you come to the front, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Aomi Styling.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aomi Styling. I serve as Director of Community Affairs to Assemblymember Brian Cunningham. He represents the 43rd Assembly District. So in the back, we have 3 flyers. We have our constituent services flyer. So it pretty much outlines all the services we provide in the office. We have Tenant Thursdays to address all housing needs. We have a housing specialist that sits in our office each Thursday. It's appointment only, so you have to call. It's 718-771-3105. That's 718-771-3105. But there's flyers in the back for my information about this. And then we have our Black History Month event coming with Ife Tayo Culture Arts Academy on February 26th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. At 1561 Bedford Avenue on the 2nd floor. So there's also a flyer about this in the back. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. VP's office?
Thank you, Chair. Hi, my name is Alicia Ray Miller. I am with the Brooklyn Borough President's Office, Antonio Reynoso. I will try to be fast because I have a few things to run my mouth on. I wanted to say hi to the people from the community board who I've interviewed as applicants. It's great to see you here. Happy Black History Month. Next Wednesday, we're having an event celebrating Black women lawyers. It's a panel. It will be amazing at Borough Hall from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. I hope to see people here there. Happy Ramadan. We were happy to host a lighting yesterday at Borough Hall. Also, for community board members, we're having a discussion on the comprehensive plan for Brooklyn. So speaking of everything that the chair and district manager were speaking of with advocating for the community, this is a place where you can learn more about data that you can use to represent all your arguments to go and bring the best for CB17. So it will be again tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. It's online. You would have received an email about it. If you haven't, please feel free to reach out to me and I will connect you to it. And finally, more on. So this month we saw a challenge to temporary protected status for Haitians. Our office doesn't stand for it. We support Haitians out there. And while the judges have protected TPS for now, it's not the end of the fight. So we really encourage everyone to go and talk to their loved ones, to go and seek services. Now is the time to make legal plans, not to delay. So we have some support resources from Moya in the background about how to go and connect to community orgs who can go and have legal representation. We also recently supported the New York for All, along with other borough presidents, and Access to Representation Act. So we want to go and fight against the federal government's cruel deportation plan, and everyone should have access to a lawyer and separate the connection between our federal government and our state resources. So with a few resources that we're providing this month, please come out if you need help with filing your taxes. There's support that's completely for free at Borough Hall. And also, if you are part of an organization, there's one more day left to go and submit your capital budget needs. And finally, our ULURP hearing is released for the next few months. Very exciting stuff. Please, you're welcome to look online to go and see what will be coming with land use changes and how you can have your voice be heard. That's all for me. Please feel free to talk to me afterwards if you have any questions, and thank you.
Who's, go ahead, Mr. Heredia. I was struggling with the first name for a minute.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Heredia. I'm here on behalf of Councilmember Farah Lewis. Thank you so much, Chair Daly, District Manager Frazier, for allowing me to speak on her behalf this evening. Firstly, want to echo the recognition of the passage of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who passed this week, who was a civil rights icon, who set the path in this country that it's being Black in America is not a burden, but is an opportunity, in the words of Councilmember Lewis. So firstly, before I get into some of the community events, there are a number of public safety matters I want to address first. Chiefly that there was a recent stabbing of a school safety officer down the block from Meyer Levin Junior High School at the beginning of this month. So we immediately got in contact with the principal of the school, and we're working to bolster the school safety presence in and around that area and other schools in the district. We know that the budget is strapped, but we are looking to, especially in this budget that's coming up, to increase baseline funding for Cure Violence, for Safe Passage, to make sure that we have safety for our youth coming in and out of our schools in the area. Also, just want to mention a statement that the council member put out this week. The preliminary budget was released. This is a baseline that all of your elected officials, including the council members who cover this district, will be using to negotiate a budget when it passes in June. Councilmember Lewis is very much against the preliminary budget proposal to increase property taxes by 9.5%. That would be the largest increase in property taxes in 2 decades. It's a deeply troubling signal for a lot of the working families and communities that make up districts like ours, and it's only going to push forward the flight that we're already seeing to other cities and other states in this country from New York City. So that said, we are having a homeowner benefits information session on March 3rd. Feel free to approach me about this if you're interested. We have the Department of Finance come out every year to teach you about how to lower your property taxes, whether it's a senior citizen, disability, nonprofit, school tax, and many other kinds of tax exemptions that are available to homeowners, but they don't know about it. So we want to make sure that folks are aware of that. Also, I know I did hear a member from the community mention the CB17 rezoning project. Again, that is an effort that's being led through negotiations with about City of Yes. We're working with Councilmember Rita Joseph on that initiative. So if you're in her district, I believe you're in her district, make sure to see if you can reach out to their office about being appointed to the steering efforts around that. But if you have any other questions, we will make sure to do a better job of keeping the chair of the land use committee briefed on that to make sure that we move forward. And lastly, it was such a pleasure to see many of you at the opening of the Shirley Chisholm Recreation Center. Definitely echo many of the thoughts and feelings about folks wanting to be more involved. So we have already received numerous inquiries about what we will be doing to make sure that organizations can come into the space. And we're happy to connect you with the Parks Department if you're looking to do some more involved things within the space to make sure that we take advantage of this historic $141 million project for East Flatbush. So on behalf, with that, on behalf of Councilmember Farah Lewis, I wish you all a blessed evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Ayan.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ayanna Williams. I'm the Chief of Staff for Councilmember Darlene Mealy, who represents the 41st District. I'm just going to get straight into everything. I know it's been a long night already. So on Mondays, we have 2 immigration attorneys that come to our office. They're there from 9 to 5. We have one that does walk-ins, one by appointment only. You can make an appointment by calling our office, 718-953-3097. On Tuesdays, we have a housing specialist that assists with existing housing issues who is not an attorney. On Wednesdays, the first Wednesday of every month, we have veteran services in our office. You can call our office once again to make an appointment for that if you need any services for veterans. Every second and fourth Wednesday, we have a representative come to help you with Housing Connect. If you want to sign up for Housing Connect, learn how to navigate Housing Connect, or apply for apartments on Housing Connect. On Thursdays, currently, we have tax preparers in the office from 9 to 5. You have to, of course, meet certain criteria. You can call, all you have to do is earn $97,000 or less. Again, every Thursday. On Fridays, at two of our older adult centers, we host Boots on the Ground. One is at Mount Ararat Older Adult Center, which is at 1630 St. Mark's Avenue, and that's usually from 2 to 3:30. You can also learn sign language when you come. And second center is at Hugh Gilroy Older Adult Center, which is at 447 Kingsborough Fourth Walk, also at the same time from 2 to 3:30. And for those who are interested in meeting a friend, we are doing a speed friending event at one of our older adult centers, which is Mount Ararat Older Adult Center at 1630 St. Mark's. And you can always reach out to our office for more information. Our Community Advisory Board meeting is going to be at our district office on February 28th, which is a Saturday. It's going to be from 11 to 12:30, and our office is at 400 Rockaway Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next. Ms. Gordon? Three minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, hi, I am here representing Assemblywoman Monique Chan Waterman, so I'm gonna be very brief because she said a lot of things already in terms of the legislation and what's happening in the office. A couple of things that, first and foremost, let me say happy 100th Black History Month. A lot of folks don't know it's been 100 years. If it was first initiated in 1926 and was only 1 week long, and then 1970 it became a whole month. So happy 100th year of Black history. And again, also my condolences to the Reverend Jesse Jackson's family and his friends and loved ones, because he was an icon and he deserves acknowledgement. The only two things I want to just mention is that every month we have a Vital Brooklyn. It's like a town hall style, and we have resources. And this month was in Albany. So our town hall was in Albany in caucus weekend or association weekend. Our next one is March 21st from 1 o'clock, and it's going to be at IS 285. So mark your calendar. Mark your calendar flyers in the back, and it's going to be for youth and adults. And the meeting is going to be focused on small businesses, entrepreneurs, workforce development, job fair, and solutions to public safety as well. So please come out, mark your calendars. And also, I just wanted recognize Housing Thursdays that we also have every month. Every Thursday by appointment, please come out if needed. I have to always mention that because it's very vital. And every second Friday, we have an autism session for parents. So again, you can make an appointment. Very important topic. A lot of people need the service and don't come out, but a lot of people come out. So to let you know that our office provides that service. And we are still going strong with our food pop-up that we have every second Thursday and Thursday. And the next one is tomorrow from 3 to 6, while supplies last. So you get your fresh produce. We know there's a lot of food insecurities in our community, and we're here to help on that front. And that's all I have. Again, March 21st, our Vital Brooklyn. Any questions? If not, that's it. Thank you.
Can you give the location of your office? I don't remember hearing it.
Okay, 903 Utica Avenue. Thank you, Bob. And that's where the food pop-up is going to be located tomorrow. Thank you.
There's a question online. I'm sorry, is that a question online?
It's the Assembly member.
Go ahead.
We'll make one question. So it's Assembly District 58 Vital Voice Community Meeting, and this is in light of the public safety incident we talked about a block away. So we work with the school, and we're going to do this Vital Voice in lieu of the principal is going to do a public safety town hall with community members around public safety, but we're going to do this town hall first with the youth to get them engaged in a positive way. So it's our Assembly District 58 Vital Voice monthly community meeting. Thank you, Chair, for allowing me to make that quick
Is that
addition.
the same announcement as the one on the 21st?
Yes, it's the same thing. Yes, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, thank you. I will say, I forgot that the assembly member had spoken. In general, we don't allow the elected official and their staff to speak at the meeting. But I didn't remember. I apologize for that. Mr. Deschamps?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jelana Deschamps. I'm Deputy Director of Intergovernmental Affairs for Mayor Zoran Mandami. Pleasure to be here. This is a community board that is very close to me. I grew up in this community, also worked at Downstate for 4.5 years, so it's always good to be back home. Just want to start off with sort of I'll address two things, and I'm happy to take questions at the end, but just want to start off with, in regards to the planning and the event that happened last week in the Shirley Chisholm event. I want to make it very clear, as I was the main organizer and the one who had to corral all the elected officials to get the event together. The mayor's office did not send out or control any invitations. I want to make that very clear, and I'll say it again, and I'm happy to show emails and text messages and correspondence with every representative from the community board itself to the elected officials themselves, that the mayor's office made it very clear that we were not in charge of invitations. If anyone saw photos, there were over almost 300 people in attendance. When I reached out to the community board and I spoke to Sharif Frazier directly, I was told that an invitation was sent out to the members, and I said that is totally fine with us because the cat is already out of the bag. So I just want to make it very clear, as someone who grew up in this community, someone who's from this community, someone who ran these streets as a young kid and was lucky to make it out, I would never deprive my community of an opportunity to enjoy something as gracious as this, especially a $140 million investment. So if anybody wants to challenge me on that, I will stand here 10 toes down every single day. And I just want to also read it. I was at dinner and I got a call that the mayor's office was being besmirched, and I left dinner early to be here to set the record straight. I'm a kid of CB17. I'm a kid of this community, and I would never, ever disrespect, disinvite, or have no one show up. Okay? So I want to make that very clear. The chair himself was invited to take a picture during the ribbon cutting with the mayor because I told them that this was going to happen. So I want to make it very clear. If anyone told you that the mayor did not want Black and brown people to come join him, that is false. And I want to make that very clear. On other news, the mayor released his preliminary budget. I'm going to take my 3 minutes and I'll take questions at the end.
I'll give you like 2
take
minutes.
my 3 minutes.
Hold on, Jelani.
As I said, anyway, the
Jelani.
mayor released his preliminary budget, and part of that budget.
Jelani.
Pardon me,
giving-
sir. Pardon me,
Okay.
sir.
Jelani, 1 second. I'll give you all of your minutes back. I want to pause you for 1 second. And no one has stated that the mayor did not want Black and brown
I just
people.
want
Wait, hold
to
on 1
clear the record. I
second.
just want to
1
clear the
second.
record because there's
1
many
second.
people. No,
Jelani,
there's many people
Jelani,
speaking. I just want to clear the record.
Jelani,
I just want to clear the record.
Jelani.
Thank you very
1
much.
second, 1 second.
I'm just clearing the record.
No, I understand that.
Okay, thank you.
But wait, but before the record is cleared here, right, as a chair of the board, I cannot make you say a statement that did not exist.
That's
No,
fine. I'm
wait,
just
wait,
making-
hold
I'm
on,
just
let me
making it
finish,
clear.
let me finish.
Just making it very clear.
I understand you're making it clear, but let me finish. This board, no one made any racial statement. And we do not, I am responding as a chair to a racial statement. No one accused the mayor of not disallowing Black and brown people to show up to the event. There was no such statement. And so I am offended
That's fine.
by the statement.
That's fine for you, but I'm just making it very clear that invitations were sent out, not by the mayor's office, and I'm making it very clear. So whatever anyone called you or texted you or told you, I personally organized it. I spoke to every single elected that was present to make sure that the time worked for every one of them. Every agency had their own invitation list. Councilmember Farrell Lewis had over 40 people she wanted to invite. Everybody invited who they wanted to invite. So I just want to clear the air, racial undertone or not. I'm making it very clear that the mayor's office did not.
Point of order, I'm sorry.
I'm just making the point clear.
Pardon me, you're not permitted to speak.
If you were part, okay, no, hold on, hold on.
Miss
This is the question.
Bella, wait, 1 second. Let's tone it back a little bit. Let's tone it back. Right, 1 second. Let's tone it back. Take a breather. And we're making a statement. Ms. Bellin, I know I stopped them from the statement that was made. And I understand that you're upset, but please, let's allow him to finish his report, and then we could ask him a question in a professional manner.
There's no problem. I'm used to Flatbush. I'm used to it. I'll answer your question. To be very.
Point of order.
To be very.
Point
no,
point
stop,
of order.
stop, no. To be
Point
very,
of order.
to be very
Jelani.
clear.
Point-
No. To be very clear.
Point of order, sir. Pardon me. Member, thank you so much, board member, thank you so much. We're gonna need to
I grew up
de-escalate
here,
at this
so I'm
time.
used to it.
Point of order, please.
I'm used to it. I'm from here.
Point of order.
As I said,
Point of order.
The community.
All right.
The community board sent out invitations, the mayor's
Point
office.
of order, please.
Just want to make that very clear. Thank you very much, and have a good, I'm happy to take
Mr.
any questions in the back.
Jelani.
No, thank you. You're welcome.
Excuse me.
Jelani, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Honestly, I don't want to open a can of worms. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, right? This is what I'm thinking. All right. At the end of the day, I do not, ladies and gentlemen, right? I do not want us to get, right? Jelani, we're good. Jelani, we're good. Yes. Step forward. Step forward, Chair, so we can hear you. And state your name for the record.
This is Khadijah Oluo. I think one of the biggest issues, and I think that we need to let anyone that comes here realize that they need to talk to us and not talk at us. There's a level of respect that needs to happen, and this seems to continuously happen with Community Board 17, where they're talking at us versus talking to us.
Thank you. First Vice Chair.
I just wanted to say, if we're using context clues and paying attention, the issue should be taken up with Councilmember Farrell Lewis's office.
Okay. If anybody just now saw the look in Danielle's face. Sorry, Danielle. We got you. All right. Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Chair, Member Holmes. You're recognized. I see you walking. You're walking. Very nice.
Therapy is amazing.
Yes.
Hi. I don't want you to think that this is a dirty pull on my part, since the gentleman already
State your
left.
name. I know I
Sorry,
called you, but-
Gabriel Holmes, community board member. I hope this isn't bad form for me to comment on what the guy said, seeing as he's left and doesn't have a chance to respond. But he said that he'd made it very clear that he respected the community. On the other hand, he said something about having made it out, and I would never talk that way about a community that I respected. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to belabor the point. I hear what he's saying when he says he made it out because the world's expectation of Brownsville, East Flatbush, of our residents, there's an outside look, right? I mean, when I was growing up, I heard that as a young man, I would make it past 21. I heard that a lot growing up. I'm sure many of you have heard similar things about where you come from. And even now, when you tell people that you live in Brownsville, East Flatbush, Canarsie, they're like, yo, really? So we get that. So I get what he's saying. I just don't think that it was appropriate to say the time and place for it. I think that's where that comes from. I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm also saying that delivery, thank you, First Vice Chair, that delivery matters. Let's move on. Yes. There's one online. I'm not sure who it is, but go ahead.
Good evening,
Portia?
everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. My name is Portia Edwards. I'm the District Director for State Senator Zelno Mary's office. Good evening to everyone that is in the building and for everyone else who are online. Good evening. I'm coming to just give updates from our office this past weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. We were in Albany for Association Weekend. We held a great panel on scams, fraud, and foreclosure, which is something that we're seeing a lot in our districts. And so it was a great conversation that we had with the AARP, with District Attorney Darcel Clark, and a couple of other organizations who are who are known for tackling these types of issues. We talked a lot about Bitcoin scams and foreclosure and deed theft scams, and talking about how we can combat these issues with legislation. It was a great conversation, and I'm glad that people from the district was in the room and that there were questions. Some questions even the DA had about Bitcoin information, and so it was a very great conversation. For those who are in the building that was there, thank you so much for coming and for being a part of that conversation. Tomorrow we are having our Black History Month celebration. It will be at Weeksville Heritage Center. It's from 5 to 7 p.m. We will be viewing the documentary, A Story on Medgar Evers' life. If you can attend, it will be great. We have an RSVP link that I will share with the community board for you to be able to post as well. You don't have to RSVP. It's good to know if you're going to be in the building. You can just show up. That will be from 5 to 7 p.m. tomorrow at Weeksville Heritage Center. Our office is open by appointments Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We take our last appointment at 5 p.m. The office closes at 6 p.m. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns for the state senator or for the office as a whole, our number is 718-284-4700, and my email address is p.edwards@nysenate.gov. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great evening.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. All right. Are there any other elected officials who did not get a chance to speak or have any comments?
Yes, good night, everyone. My name is Karen Chambers, and I represent the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office, Eric Gonzalez. I just have one event to talk about. On February the 25th, we are having our Black History celebration. It's going to be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 651 Arts, and the address is 10 Lafayette, and it's right across from BAM. So please come out and enjoy. But if you have any issues and concerns, you can please give me a call. We could give you legal advice. The phone number is 718-250-4877. And have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, you're taking, no, you're taking the mic. I get something to say. I'm sorry. Are there any other elected officials in the questions for Ms. Chambers? All right, seeing none, we move on to the next item on the agenda. which is roll call.
Kwame Afray. Alton Emable. Alton. Neil Albrecht. Tiffany Anderson. Burla Antoine. Hassan Bakrdine. Celia Bellin. David Boswin.
While she's doing that, Chair Luo and Chair Anderson, do you guys have anything that you want to add? At least start making your way to the mic from your committee. If you have anything or from your representation, please walk forward as she's doing the roll call. No, let her
After.
finish the roll call first.
David Boswin. Teresa Brereton. Roderick Daly. Herminia Daniels is excused. Natasha Duncan. LaShawn Freeman. Charles Galbraith, excused. Dorothy Gordon. Rose Graham. I'm here. Ronald Green. Magna Gion. Gabriel Herrera. Michael Hill. Gabriel Holmes. Cecilia Hubbard. Kevin Jason. Afia John. Doris Jones. Nicole Julius. Tricia Lewison. Edith Mark. Daniel McCabe, absent. Mark New Year. Kenton Noel. Khadija Olawu. Montserrat Oni is absent. Danae Peters. Kia Phillips. Deborah Pointer. Carol Renault. Excuse. Chelsea Rollo. Ariana Sabat. Kamara Swaby. Simone Sylvester. Marie Theodore. Marguerite Vigilante. Jody Walsh is excused. Camrick Westcott. And Melanie Wilkerson.
Okay, while she's, I believe we have quorum, but while she's doing that, let's just quickly review the minutes. Everybody should have received the minutes. I think I had 2 objections to the minutes. My first one was that I noticed that some of the people that were marked present were also marked absent. All right? I'm trying to find because mine doesn't show it as well as the original email. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find the original email on my, here it is. Here we go. So like, for example, Kwame Afray was marked present and also marked excused. Tiffany Anderson, same thing. And yeah, so those 2. Yeah. All right. So if you can amend that, I don't remember if there was something else. Did anybody else see anything on the minutes to be amended? If not, can I get a motion to accept the minutes as amended? Can I get a motion to accept the minutes as amended? Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have quorum?
I don't think this is working.
I think we have more than 24. 24 is fine. If it's 24, we have quorum. Kadisha. So 24, there are 47 members, so half of 47 is 23 and a half. So we do have quorum. All right, so could I get a motion?
Motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, can I get a second? I see 3 hands. Can somebody, 1 hand raised? Nicole Julius, please state the second, please. Okay, all in favor of accepting the minutes as amended, please do so by just merely standing so she can see. Please stand.
Please stand if you're in favor of the minutes.
If you can't stand, remain seated, but raise your hand. But please stand if you. Yeah. All right.
Don't forget to count me.
Okay, so we have two members. Oh, that includes me. I can't stand up. I vote yes. All right, please have a seat. Melanie didn't stand and Marguerite didn't stand, so that's 22. No, I'm not saying no. I'm just for the yes vote. I'm just simply saying I didn't get to the other two points yet. I'm just telling her. Anybody who's opposed to the minutes as amended, please do so by standing. Anyone who abstains from the minute, please do so by standing. So we have two abstentions. Melanie. And yes. Because it's for the record. And Ms. Viante. Go ahead, Chair Aluwo.
Okay, good evening, everyone. For Public Safety and Transportation Committee, we've been working effortlessly with DOT regarding the 18 bike stations that they want to put into our district. We're going back and forth with them pertaining to the location. It's heavily loaded on Church Avenue, Lenox Road, and Linden Boulevard, and we are contesting it to find other options. We are just waiting to do a survey pertaining to where would be ideal locations, because we have mentioned to them maybe they should put it by the train station, since people are taking the train. If they miss the bus, they can actually hop on a city bike. And then also going back and forth with them in the removal of the locations where there is no use for the city bikes. That's been going on for the last few weeks. Hopefully we'll send another email to them pertaining to it, and hopefully the Commissioner for Transportation will come out to do a site visit pertaining to that. We're also working to deal with the new MTA schedules for bus schedules, with the removals of the B35 Limited being replaced with the S55 and other bus stops and bus stops being removed from our district, and how that will impact our community board. And that is it for my report for public safety and transportation. Any questions?
Seeing none, thank you, Chair Aluwo.
Thank you.
All right. Chair Anderson, do you have any? No? There's nothing going on, Brookdale? You want to talk about? I didn't hear you. You asked me. I can't hear you. Okay. It was yesterday? Oh my God, I have chemo brain. Okay, no problem. See, the chemo brain tipping, they don't worry about it. So we're up, we did the adoption public hearing. All right, so what I'm gonna do after the liquor license, I'm gonna ask to be excused. Lately, I've been in a lot of pain. So I'm just gonna stick around for the voting, because I think if I leave, we don't have quorum. And I don't want to do that to the liquor license. So once that's done, I'm gonna ask First Vice Chair Louison to take over, and I thank you guys very much.
Good evening, everybody. Hassan Bakrdine, Chair of Commerce. Ms. Stephanie Sultan, could you come up, please? Who is representing Yoli's Caribbean Restaurant. Oh, and by the way, Chair, South Beach Bar and Lounge did not attend our meeting last night, so They will not be here at the general board meeting. So Ms. Sultan will be speaking on behalf of Yoli's Restaurant. So Ms. Sultan, go right ahead and tell the board members about your business.
Hi, good evening. My name is Stephanie Sultan. I'm here representing Yoli's Caribbean Restaurant located on 5722 Clarendon Road. We are a family-owned restaurant specializing in Haitian cuisine. We open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. We cater a lot, and we also host private events such as weddings, repasts, birthday dinners, and meetings. During our events, we can hold about 150 people. We have about 3 exits. One of our more consistent events is an event we have on Sundays that is for like retired people that starts at 8 p.m. We do have a security guard that keeps the store regularly safe, I guess. Our most recent health inspection was last Monday. We received an A, and we're up to date on all our restaurant codes and fire inspections. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. That was it.
Thank you.
That was fast.
Any questions for her?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if are there any questions, board members? There none, it's okay. But if there is, this is a time to ask. Okay. Just wanted to mention the Commerce Committee did vote in the affirmative of this applicant. It is a renewal, by the way, as well. We had 13 yeses and 1 abstention also. Okay. And there was an incident report that we asked the 67th precinct to provide. That incident report is yearly, basically any incidents that happened within a year's time from the date we asked them, and there were no incidents at this location at all. No 311 calls, no noise complaints, any of that, was nothing. All right, so if there are no other questions, Sultan, you're free to sit down and we'll take our vote in a bit.
All right. Don't move. Don't move. You're gonna, right after the vote. No. So now I was saying, well, all right. So remember, you're voting on the recommendation of the committee. Recommendation of the committee is to send a letter of recommendation to SLA. So if you concur with the committee, just say aye. If you oppose, say nay or abstain. All right? And again, it was 13 yeses and 1 no. And I'm assuming you had quorums. 1 abstention.
1 abstention, that's right.
And I'm assuming you had.
We had quorum.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we had quorum.
All right.
Yep.
Secretary Grandison.
Kwame Afray. Alton Amable. Neil Alberic. Tiffany Anderson. Berla Antoine. Hassan Bakrdeen.
Yes.
Celia Bellin. David Boswin. Teresa Barrington. Roderick Daly.
Yes.
Herminia Daniels, excuse, Natasha Duncan. LaShawn Freeman. Charles Galbraith is excused. Dorothy Gordon. Rose Graham. Gail Grandison, yes. Ronald Green. Magna Gion. Gabriel Herrera. Michael Hill. Michael Hill is so, yeah. I got
He's
it.
here.
Yeah, no, that's Gabriel. Michael is not here. Gabriel Holmes. Kevin Jason. Afia John. Doris Jones. Nicole Julius. Trisha Lewison.
Yes.
Edith Mark. Daniel McCabe is absent. Mark New Year. Kenton Noel. Khadijah Olawu. Montserrat Oni, absent. Danae Peters. Kia Phillips. Kevin Jason. Deborah Pointer. Carol no is excused. Chelsea Rillo. Ariana Sabat. Tamara Swaby. Simone Sylvester. Marie Theodore. Marguerite Vigilante. Jody Walsh is excused. Cameron Westcott. Melanie Wilkerson.
Great. Well, I just want to mention this, Chair, on record. Our procedure is when we don't have a business, and you and I talked about this, doesn't come before the Commerce Committee as stated in the procedures, what we generally do is follow up with a letter to SLA indicating that they did not comply and giving them an opportunity if they would choose to come back next month. But we typically don't support an application that does not come before the Commerce Committee to follow the rules and regulations that not only we follow in our city charter, but also the SLA. This is part of what they do in their procedures. So we just want to make sure that we're being very vigorous about that because it is a public safety issue as well. That is a part of our process. Okay, but thank you guys so much.
All right, and now make sure that I'm CC'd and signed off on, because I think there are too many of these organizations, especially when they present a safety issue, that they bypass coming to our board when, honestly, when I get the call that there was a shooting or there was a stabbing or there was a this, and I don't see these committees in front of us. So that's a problem. So thank you, Mr. Chair, for working on that. With that, I'll call Hervé. Is it Talon? Hervé, are you here? Oh, you spoke. Yeah, you're supposed to speak now. But it's okay. It's okay, you already spoke. Say it again. You didn't you see your name on the agenda, dude?
I didn't, I'm sorry, but it's public, so Public Health Solutions, I'm representing Hervé. It's wholeunyc.org. So if you just look up wholeunyc, it takes you to a weird site. But for all Medicaid members, if you want anyone from Medicaid to get extra services, wholeunyc.org.
I'm sorry, can you spell it out?
So WHOLEYOU NYC.org.
Thank you.
The Find Services page, click Brooklyn, you fill out this self-screener for as a Medicaid member. Housing resources, food and nutrition, and also transportation. A lot of the resources are free for people who are eligible for it. And all these things expire in March of 2027, and it comes from the State Department of Health. Public Health Solutions is the lead entity, working with healthcare agencies and community-based organizations. So we're also working with SUNY Downstate to screen all Medicaid patients, all Medicaid members for this program. So definitely shout. We want to screen everybody, get everybody resources and services, better health outcomes.
All right, if you can send like bullet point wise or flyer wise, something to the board, to Ms. Frazier, CC myself, obviously, and we could try to get it on the website as well.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We have one more. I guess I do have, I could rush it, right? Come on up. Are you our next presenter? Take the podium. You're Ali? Yes. Okay, come on up, Ali.
Chair, Ms. Frazier, thank you so much for having me. My name is Ali. I'm with the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection. I am here to share another resource that the city has invested in for over a decade now. This program that we've been running, it's called the New York City Free Tax Prep Program. You have heard about this very recently from our council representative as well as our borough president representative. This is a program run by the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection to provide free tax prep services that are professional and trustworthy to our community members. Here are some basic information about the program. In order to be eligible, you have to make less than $97,000 if you're a family with dependents. If you're a single individual, that number is $68,000 or less. We also help business owners as well. So if you're a business owner, if you're a small business and you need to do your taxes, your expenses need to be less than $250,000. We know small business owners often carry a higher burden, especially when it comes to tax work, right? They have to file quarterly. Our services are open year-long for small business owners. Why did this program start? This program really started because people are getting scammed, right? Working class people, immigrant community members are getting scammed by bad accountants, bad actors. This is partly the reason this program was started. Also, over 800,000 New Yorkers qualify for what's known as the Earned Income Tax Credit. It's known widely as the biggest anti-poverty program, right? But many New Yorkers are not claiming that credit, right? Our goal is to maximize the number of refund and help build wealth for working class New Yorkers. So we work with over 140, we work with many local partners, including Councilmember Darlene Mealy, Borough President Reynoso, among others, to provide the service free of cost to community members.
I'm sorry. Herbie, not Herbie,
Her,
right? Ms. Gordon,
right?
the young man. Yes, tell him to come forward for me. 1 second. Just as a question. Come forward before you leave.
Yeah.
Chair.
Yes, so this is a program that was started in essence to build wealth for New Yorkers. Our tax refund is the biggest paycheck for our working class families, right? We want to make sure it's preserved, that no one is taking money. Last year, New Yorkers spent $350 per family, per household to file their taxes. That's money they don't have to pay if they qualify for this program, right? So use the resource that we have for the city. Appointments are limited. Last year, we helped over 100,000 New Yorkers free of cost, saving a total of $33 million in private filing fees for folks, right? So use this program. We want to beat that number. We want to have more than 100,000 New Yorkers using this program that is free of cost. There are a few locations that are nearby that I wanted to quickly mention. First is Kings County Hospital. Our representatives are at Kings County Hospital to help you file your taxes. They're also at Grow Brooklyn HQ, which is located at 509 Rogers Avenue. We also have a partnership with Flatbush Library. So if you go to Flatbush Library often, they can also help you file your taxes free of cost. This is an important program for us. We want people to avoid scams. Some scams being things like instant refund. People are being promised instant refund, right? That's not possible. Government takes time to process your tax returns. We want people to be mindful of scams like that. They can sometimes be disguised as loans and things like that, right? Again, be mindful of that. Something else I want to mention, Department of Consumer Worker Protection. We're also an enforcement agency, right? So if a business scams you and you think that you have been wronged, you can file a complaint with us using 311. And we can look into it more, right? To make sure you get the justice that you deserve. We'll fight on your behalf. So in order to access our free tax prep program, you can go to nyc.gov/tax prep or call 311 and say tax preparation. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Ms. Frazier, for giving me this time. Folks, please use this service. It's meant for you, right? It's meant for everyone. I'm going to use it, or many city workers use it regularly, and I encourage everyone to use this service as well. They're run by community organizations that have served you for many, many years, right? So this is a trustworthy program that we're running, and we want people to take advantage of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is Cecilia Hubbard here?
No.
Oh, she's
All right. Where are we? Goes on my computer. Any questions? Special report board members. I'll just start by saying happy Black History Month. Also want to continue to ask, thank you for your support for me on the personal level. Also, I'll do a couple of shameless plugs. One shameless plug is for community members to tune in on my radio show on Thursday nights, 9:30. Last week we had the Congresswoman Yvette Clarke on. In a couple of weeks we'll have the public advocate on, amongst other of our local electeds and people who are offering important services to you. So again, that's the Village Radio Talk Show. The Village Radio Talk Show on YouTube or Facebook or wherever there. Also, two other shameless plugs. One, my niece, Fabia, who's covering her face. She's visiting me because she wants to take care of her uncle for the next couple of days. So I'm very pleased about that. That's why she's my favorite niece. And thank you for your help, Fabia. So I'm telling you that. You and your mom, so they both came up to help me out this week. And lastly, a shout out to my god sister, Venice Israbashi, on her book. It took her a lot of work and a lot of energy. So I thank her for that support. With that being said, any other board members with any thank yous, public, birthdays, wellness, things you're doing in the community that you want other people to know, invite? None. No board member, really? Only my lab amount? All right. Since none, do we have a vote? Madam Secretary? So does it pass?
There is, I have to speak to Ms. Frazier.
So I believe it was passed unanimously, correct? Was it passed unanimously? Was it? No, that's what I asked you. Was it passed unanimously? Well, okay, all right, thank you. With no no's and no yes, no abstention. All right, I guess I'm gonna stick around for the end, apparently. Unfinished business? Old business? New business? Any good in welfare? And again, you know, this saw the card going around. Former board member Lawrence Papalone lost his mom. And so the card is going around. As a community, we always try to stand together. Wishing everybody all the best for the end of the month. We'll see you next month, the same date, which is March 18th. Same place, same date. God bless each and every one. You can get a motion to adjourn. Berlat, Chair Antoine, get a motion to adjourn. Chair Aluo seconds that motion. All in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Time is now 9:37 on the dot. Enjoy.